So we decided, hello, to update our phones with the security update, but now it's optimizing all of my apps, and I'm like, it doesn't need to stay on the charger for that one, does it? No. Okay. Usually the phone is in the thing right now, so trying to wait for Pokemon to open, but it's sort of like, do I connect to the Wi-Fi? I just restarted. Do I connect to the 4G? I can't really connect to the Wi-Fi right now. And I'm like, ugh. Dense walled hallway. Probably works as a decent bomb shelter. I'm just...
No. It works as a deadly bomb shelter.
Oh, true. Yeah. Aaron's got to put away the garbage. Because I've been because we didn't have, Aaron's like, oh, when we were at Albert on Thursday, he's like, oh no, we can last. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then we like took down the last garbage bag. And I was like, well, crap. I still remember a time when I looked at those and I'm like, are those Wi-Fi transmitters on the top of them? It's Tuesday. Apparently my shoulder buddy struggled to make it to practice Thursday, or Sunday. So, but the thing is, he had to have his parents drive him. And he basically stood there for only like a short little bit and then went home because it was cold. And I was like, dude, to be fair, he lives in Hilversum, so it's a little bit easier for him to get over there for like a 10-minute drive than it is for me to get out there an hour and a half of my own volition.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't go. And I still probably won't go Thursday night, but as the game has been scheduled for noon on Sunday, I pretty much will be going to that one. But I think it's going to be kind of strange to tell our visitor here in less than a month about, he's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, I wish you could stay longer. I'm like, well, technically, according to all the laws, you can stay for 90 days.
Yeah.
like it is, you know, I'm not sure, and there may be some sort of housing that's available, but like you could come here for 2 months, stay in something that's considered a 2-month rental, and never actually pick up residency, and then just leave after 2 months. That sort of thing. It's
90-day visa.
Yeah. The car is pretty much done and sold, and money's getting transferred across the ocean and all that jazz. And I was just thinking, because as we were crossing the street back there, that you can hear the tram stop. Sometimes you can't hear the partially electric cars, like ours, our Prius.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, although our Prius would be an actual asset here. It was an asset back in the States.
It was an asset the same way any car is.
But it was a little bit more because it did allow us to save so much on gas.
Yeah.
And the fact is, you know, I kind of learned how to drive the Prius after a little while. Technically, the second one I didn't need to. It was just, but at first, when we got the 2006 one, I had to learn to drive it. But then it was just like, oh my God, like, it was shocking when I'm like, oh my God, you're gassing up every half a week? I'm sorry, what? Yeah. But like here, there's so many, it's so slow, and the intersections are, I just like, you would be rolling around on electric a lot. I don't fault Marcus for getting a full electric car. I think he's got one of those plug-in hybrids, which is like, it'll use electric until it needs to go.
Yeah. And
then it will use a little bit of the gas engine. Or it will rely on the gas when the thing dies. And it's got maybe a, they don't, I want to say a 5 liter, but that's not even close to right, a 1 gallon. It probably has like a 5-gallon tank in it. Something very small.
Yeah.
But just enough to get you, I don't know, another 30 miles to that gas station or a plug-in stop or something. But as Oscari was saying the other night, that it's actually great to have a car like that, especially in Amsterdam, because like, within a small radius of our apartment, there's like a lot of charging. There's like 12 charging stations. Yeah, like, and how we measure blocks, there's a charging station at either end of our block. So there's one in front of 100% Football, and then there's another charging station right next to Steve Bilkoplein, which is what I consider our block. All right, well, I just went by the bake. All right, so I just went by the butcher and I picked up the Red Devils. So, yeah, had a little bit of stuff today with the editing and made sure to get that video done, but I got myself distracted with like TYT videos because, well, for the Americans that still watch, like the Mueller reports happen, so I'm trying to get clarification on all that bullcrap. So that kind of impacted how fast I edited the video, despite it was only like 5 minutes. It's currently live right now. That's interesting. And then I got into like motivational mode, so started doing that. But now I have the Red Devils, and I'm heading to Albert Heijn to pick up booze and that little salad thing. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to pick that up or if Aaron and I should just like have our salads. No, we should just, I should ask him. I should really ask him. Come on, beat me out of here. All right, picked up some, hang on here. All right, so I picked up some tea, because it's just a great way to flush my system with water, even though it's not water. Y'all know what I mean. It's not caffeinated, it's not sugared, and it doesn't, and it tastes like something, so it helps flush my system regardless. Picked up 2 beers. Had to fish out the Terpels from a 6-pack because they didn't have any singles out. Whatever. They sell them in singles, so that's fine. I know some brands like to sell only in 6-packs, so whatever. And then I picked up some Hakelslag because someone on the team is just, you have to do this, you have to do this. I'm like, fine, okay, fine. It's complicated for breakfast because I'm not a complicated person for breakfast. Give me 4 slices of bread and allow me to make a pot of coffee and I'm good. You want me to put butter on bread? Okay, I'm gonna put like cold butter on bread and stick it in the microwave to melt it. So, sometimes I won't even do that. So that's much for today. The battery was fairly easy because the clock in the clock was dying. I looked up yesterday before to see when Aaron would be coming home, and I was like, well, train arrives at 1941, that's pretty cool. And I will just start cooking tacos at like 1915. So I'm dinking around on my computer doing stuff, and I look up and it says 1915. I'm like, sweet. Then I go into the bathroom, I get a little bit like done, I, you know, go pee, look at my phone, and someone sends me a message and it says received 1938. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And then I look at my phone's actual time and it says 1938. And then I actually ask Google what time it is, and it says 1938. And I look at Aaron's computer, so I wake it up a little bit, and it says 1938. And I look up at the clock and it still says 1915. I'm like, the battery's dying. How long has that been going on? So it took us most of the night to figure out where the batteries were, because we need one for the nose trimmer, and then we need a battery for the clock. So that's that. That's today. It's been boring. My shoulder buddy, he's having roughly the same thing, but I'm not sure he has as many online games as I do. So I have like, but he's still in a sling. He said he left his arm out of the sling because all he was doing was couching stuff yesterday, but he had more pain. But then again, he had surgery sooner than I did in comparison to the actual injury. Mine happened on Sunday, and then I waited until the next Tuesday for the actual surgery. He happened that Sunday, the day of the game, because mine happened a week before a game. His happened at the game, and then Wednesday he had surgery. So that's that. Kathy posted a link. My sister. I am introducing my daughter to the world of business networking. Oh, that. That's gonna go over well. Freaking homegirl's freshly into See, this trying to get my jacket off with the sticky thing, it kind of sucks because I'm like, but, I might have to take some paracetamol after that. That was probably not the greatest thing to do. Anyways, yeah, my niece is freshly, and I say freshly 18 because February 12th, 2001, and now it's March 26th. So we're looking at, what, 2 weeks after a month? So 6 weeks into being 18, and she's already going to a women's networking conference with her mother. I don't know if it's going to be progress or what, but, you know, at least Aaron's niece is really into flannel right now. And marching band. I think marching band. Maybe that's an old picture. She's into flannel.